Okay, okay. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Cruz, guys, and welcome, to I guess my second Counter-Strike video. Yeah. So this time, I did the warm up from that Hakes video, and it was mainly a lot of like tracking the head while doing counter strafing. It was actually kind of crazy. It really burned my wrist and my arms. I remember it was really intense training, and then after that you do a bunch of headshots while constantly trying to spin like 180 to to I guess the idea is to like be able to orient yourself and kind of always understand where you're looking or something like that. Maybe I think is what it is, but it was always like headshots, like trying to tap headshots, maybe spray up to like 5 bullets maximum, but to never really like do more than that. It was all just supposed to be like primarily headshots, and like I said, it was really intense. It was really intense stuff. Um, but and then after I did that, which was like maybe 20 minutes or something like that, uh, I did a death match, and I actually got a pretty fun little a fun little clip I want to show you guys from it because I had a pretty good little run there. Um, but then after that, I readied up for Premiere, and the first match was Dust 2. Dust 2 today. Yeah. And now I didn't do anything crazy. Okay, I didn't do anything crazy. I only got like 15 kills, and I only had like an ADR of 87, I think. I wasn't exactly, the one carrying. And to be honest, I think the most like the biggest highlight I had was this 3K because they literally lined up for it. So I'll show you guys that real quick.
They're out. Yep.
Wow. Very nice. That was fantastic purple.
And then for my next match, it was on Nuke, and I'd say I had a little bit more fun playing it. Now, admittedly, admittedly, statistically, I actually played worse. But I felt like I had a lot more fun playing it for some reason. Maybe I just like the map more. Who knows? But I do have a couple fun clips I'll show you of like I think it was like a 3K and then a 2K. So have fun with that.
Throwing a flashbang. Smoke. I'm throwing a flashbang.
Mini. Mini's gonna be really good. There you go. Nice shot.
Okay, I mean, let's just go play. Okay.
Throwing a grenade out.
Now, after those two matches, I ended up taking a break, and then I came back and I pulled up the smoke maps. Yes, yes, yes. And for Dust 2, um, after like running around for like 30 minutes, because those maps have a ton of different smoke like options, I guess, or like flashes and mollies and all sorts of interesting stuff. And I'm not gonna sit there and learn all of them. I just kind of pick and choose what I want, pick and choose what I want. So I picked this Xbox smoke. I picked this Xbox smoke. And then I saw this like mid door smoke from a YouTube short I decided to try out. And then there was also this like kind of like long corner smoke from T-Spawn. I also took the time to learn a little bit. I don't know if I'll ever actually use that one, to be honest, because I like to save my smoke for the CT cross. I prefer just to throw a flashbang and the duke it out. But you know, I did learn it. I learned it, so maybe it could come in handy. Who knows? And then and then for B site, and then for B site, there was a single spot that kind of allowed you to cover both like doors and window. So I learned those two smokes, and then I just kind of moved on to A site, long, okay, and then long had not a whole lot either that I kept, right? Of course, trying to keep things simple, trying to keep things easy, and I learned this CT cross. And then I learned this like deep CT smoke. And then I learned a really fun molly for car, which I actually practiced a couple times because I feel like that would actually come in probably more handy than most of the smokes. I'll be honest. And that's what I kind of learned for A site. There was a couple other smokes, primarily two that I remember, where it was a kind of like mid CT smoke from Xbox. And then this B door smoke I learned from Catwalk, which was kind of another one of those where it's like I don't know if I'll ever actually use it, but I learned it just in case. You know, maybe we did like a failed A, you know, attempt, but because we were still mid, you know, I could throw like a B door smoke while we go through tons to to take B. You know, it was just one of those situations where it's like, well, I mean, I guess I can learn it since I'm here, you know. But we'll see. We'll see if it works or not. You know, we'll see if I learn anything from it. Now, but that was it. That was for Dust 2. That was just kind of all the smokes, just really simple, easy ones. I didn't want to do anything too complex, and just kind of essentials to get the fundamentals down, be able to like at least execute on the sites, right? So, and then over on Nuke, which holy cow on Nuke, man, this workshop map had like 15 different smokes to cover outside, but all were like like tiny shifts, right? I thought it was kind of funny. But I kind of tried all of them out, and then I kind of settled on this one where you like stand against a wall, and then you can throw one like right underneath the lamp or right at the cables, and then so if someone like dropped me a smoke, an extra smoke or something, right, I could just kind of cover the outside because it would block that off. The only thing we would be exposed to if we wanted to run short or down secret is whoever was in heaven, which I figured wasn't too bad. Maybe another player could just drop a third smoke as we got to red box or something. I don't know. It it wasn't anything crazy. And then the only other smokes I believe I learned was this vent, like vent smoke. So if we ever want to do a pistol rush or something, I could drop to the side real quick, throw it. It could kind of cover the vent, and then we could just run in with a little more safety than normal. I thought would be kind of a fun little smoke to have. And then there was this really interesting um, heaven smoke that I had to literally do like it was really hit and miss. um, because of how precise you had to throw it, but I actually wanted to generally try it out. I really, really want to try it out. I thought it was really interesting, a really interesting smoke, and I want to see how it actually plays out in the middle of a match. So that's going to be really fun to try in the future, I guess. But beyond that, the only other thing I remember learning was this flash into ramp. And that was just kind of it. That was kind of it. There wasn't a lot of actual options on Nuke. It was really barren. I'm hoping maybe scrolling through my YouTube shorts, I'll see some really cool smokes. I might be able to adapt into my gameplay. But for Nuke, that was kind of just it. Anyways, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the two maps. That's the two maps I played. That's the smokes I learned. Um, I'll see you guys next time. Okay, peace, 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 peace.